Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Haracha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth from, who rule well. And salutations unto you, brothers and you few sisters that do take heed in sincerity and in truth. Alright, this lesson is I'm basically going to get into the secrecy and wicked works of Esau. How this devil, he operates on a deceptive level, and he operates at a high witchcraft level, and to have people under a very deep spell or deep sleep, is a high level witchcraft, to the point where the witchcraft is so high that you think what you're doing, you're having a good time doing it, and you think there's nothing wrong with it. That's high level witchcraft, and that comes in the form of what? People celebrating Christmas, Easter, Halloween, right? You do it for the kids, for the family, but you have no idea what kind of spirits you're bringing into your household, into your own temple, which is your body. As you see on the screen, people that know a few things here and there, you should know about chemtrails. And chemtrails, they have private companies that go out and they spray this shit in the air. And it's been known about for years. There's declassified government documents, and there's patents on it, right? This is just an example I've seen of them spraying in a pentagram manner, right? Which is witchcraft. As you see, this is the pentagram for Baphomet, and these are the kinds of things that they're spraying, and they have their own formations, and they have things called sacred geometry, and the way they build, the architects and engineers, the way they form and construct certain buildings and places in a certain fashion, right? Because it again generates and venerates different idols and gods that these people, the elites, that they worship, right? The thing about the chemtrails I want to show is the two main ingredients in chemtrails is what? Barium aluminum, all right, which is very highly toxic, shredded up aluminum. Now, again, man, nothing is by coincidence. When you look up the on the periodic table of those two elements, barium and aluminum, you get Baal. Right? You get Baal. Barium and aluminum. So it's no damn coincidence how all these things happen. Like I was thinking just a few days back to myself about the English language, the new English language, not the old English, but the new, is in itself witchcraft. How do you have certain acronyms? Like, for example, what comes to my mind is GOAT, greatest of all time, and it is a goat, and people have the emoji of a goat, which we know what a goat represents. You have the goat of Mendes, which is a god, going into Baphomet and other kinds of gods, right? You have spelling, which is what? Witchcraft, right? Morning, good morning. Morning is what? Right? But they spell it in different ways. It's all witchcraft, man. It's all illusions and tricks. But as you see, Baal, which was in the ancient world, people sacrifice unto Baal. People sacrifice their children, and a lot of people are dying from the chemtrails, right? A lot of people are dying, man. And what they're doing is, again, they're just sacrificing to these gods, but in new ways. It's not the altar with fire that they literally throw people in, right? It's through these deceptive ways. And this is all in the scriptures, man. This is Psalms. I'll start at 10 and 8. Or actually, I'll start at And 5, his ways are always grievous. And who's this talking about? You Edomites, you so-called white people, you Caucasians. Your ways are all grievous, man. The way you do your taxes, the way you pass your laws, the way everything is contrary to the Most High. And if it's contrary to the Most High, then guess what? It's grievous. Because it tells you the laws of the Most High are not grievous. Okay? Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, denoting his pride. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. So he's the true fraudulent. In his penal code system, he has a charge under fraud. Well, guess what? He's the true fraud. He has stolen everything in the earth. He has stolen the Israelites' identity. Right? Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So it tells you the words of his mouth were smoother than oil. That's some smooth ass shit, man. But it's all vanity and it's all mischief. And it's all meant to, at the end of the day, be to your detriment, to your hurt. Right? Verse 8 is the point. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And our brother was kind of joking Saturday where we were talking about the police and how they set up speed traps and they wait and they hide in the lurking places and they catch your ass, for a goddamn traffic violation. But this is talking about on a higher level with the elites. And this is how these people operate, man. They operate on a highly deceptive manner. And to the point where, again, they make it seem like they're doing these things for the benefit of you. And they got you people believing that, oh, this is good for me. This is something beneficial, right? I'm going to look up some of these words, actually. All right, lurking. Ma'arab, meaning ambush, hunters, blind, ambush, lurking place, liars in wait, right? And also secret place, or secret, right? Which is ma'chathar, secret place, hiding place, secret hiding place, for protection, for perpetration of crime. So these devils, man, they're in their secret layers and they're doing their secret things that they do, that they think they're not being witnessed by the Most High, which the Most High leaks out all these things, man. WikiLeaks, that was set up by the Most High. All these government traitors, so to speak, enemies of the state, that's all by the Most High, man. These devils telling on themselves. So these devils sit in a high place, man, thinking nobody sees them, and they keep perpetuating crime on a mass level, man, to make your life, to disrupt your life in every way. And you people are blind as hell. See? If you go to the book of Psalm 64:1, hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So who's that secret counsel, man? You have many councils. You have the Bilderberg, the Trilateral Commission, the actual Illuminati, which was established by Adam Weishaupt in the year 1776. Right? The elites, man. That's a secret council. And they've been plotting against the Israelites. They knew who the Israelites were. So that's why they have to feed you garbage mentally and physically. Okay? Spiritually attack you. Right? That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. See? And all these other nations at one point or another, they knew that if you guys touched the Israelites, you guys were fucked. You guys were done. You were ruined. Because if you touch the Israelites, that's the apple of the Most High's eye. But these devils are so proud that they don't really care. They've been duped into thinking that the Most High is with them. There's a scripture like that where it says they thought the Most High was as all in one as them. I'm roughly paraphrasing, right? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. right? They have King Alfred's plan, or Rex 84, Project Megiddo. They have all these different plans and tactics, things that they think they're gonna do, man. But the Most High is gonna put a stop to that, man. The Most High is gonna put a stop to everything, every council, every enterprise that they think they're gonna bring forth, man. The Most High has them in a way where they think they're gonna get a certain distance, but they're gonna get caught in the pit. Does it not say in the scriptures that the wicked shall fall into the snare that they have laid, right? Verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Oh, so like, yeah. They encourage themselves in an evil manner, they commune of laying snares privily, they say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And how are they starting to do that? With the 5 and ultimately the 6G, the AI, knowing your thoughts, and they're basically trying to be like the Most High. This is all prophecy, man. But the Most High got a big surprise for you devils, man. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. See, so all these talebearers and these traitors and enemies of the state, it's all set up by the Most High, man. The Most High put a spirit in a certain man to say, you know what, this is evil, this is wicked. But guess what? He's still the wicked, that Edomite, if he is an Edomite. Most High is great, man. You know? And again, man, you got these things, like you have this, a brother sent me. I'll read a little bit. This is from flutuan.float or flutwain.wordpress.com. The title is Pharmacon, the cure or the poison. See, so these devils, man, the way they, like I seen a video of Apostle Tahar you put up about the death train with the fried chicken and all that madness. That's all witchcraft, man. That's why, again, in the video the Apostle mentioned the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. The food that they're giving you is drugs. They have hormones, they have chemicals in there that alter your brain chemistry and mess you up, man, make you dependent on them. That's why people bug the hell out with food. They can't control their urges, man, because their gut is all messed up. Do you know you're in your gut? There's actually more neurological pathways than anywhere else to your brain. It's all in the gut. So all your behavior, man, all that shit that you feel, your mood swings and all that shit, and I have an upset stomach, that's all from eating, man. And that's basically the bad bacteria overpopulating the good bacteria. Okay? It says the ancient Greek word pharmakon is paradoxal and can be translated as drug, which means both remedy and poison. In Plato's Pharmacy, Derrida traces the meanings assigned to pharmakon in Plato's dialogues. Remedy, poison, either the cure or the illness or its cause. There's a point I wanted to bring out. From the same root derives another word, pharmakos, which becomes later the term pharmakias, meaning druggist, poisoner, by extension, wizard, magician, or sorcerer. And that's why when you go to certain drugstores, like here in Ontario, in Canada, you have a thing, I think it's called Rexall, right? And what is the symbol? It's a cauldron with the mortar and pestle, basically. You know? And another symbol that they use is the caduceus, the caduceus, which is the rod with the serpent wrapped around. That's a witchcraft symbol from ancient Egypt that the wizards back then used. So this is all witchcraft, man. They got you people thinking and begging and salivating at the mouth for these pills and these medications that you're thinking. You people are taking pills that you call medication, man. That's how stupid you people are. Talking about I'm on medication. How's that medication, man? How's that medicine? How's that nurturing you? How's that tonifying you? You have herbs that are called tonics that tonify different organs and systems. These medications, they come with 101 contraindications and oh, don't take this and you may experience this symptom and that. Bug the hell out, man. You guys are bugged out, man. In ancient Athens, pharmakos referred to a sacrifice ritual, a kind of societal catharsis used to expiate and shut out the evil out of the body and out of the city. Pharmakos was the name given to a human scapegoat, a slave, a cripple, or a criminal who was chosen to become an outsider, being expelled from the community at times of disaster, famine, invasion, or plague, or at times of calendrical crisis when purification was needed. So again, man, going back into human sacrifice. Right? And I'm not going to read all this, but you can get into it. You can type it in Google. But again, man, this is all witchcraft on high levels, man, that these devils are doing. All right, so that's all I wanted to bring out on that. With that, I want to say Kahalala Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who do rule well, whom I learned this truth from, and salutations unto you brothers and you few sisters that do take heed. Again, man, this we don't even know the depth of the wickedness. All we're doing is seeing it before our eyes, man. The Most High is revealing it. But there's a lot of things to come out. We're literally living in the Matrix, man, where we gotta peel open our eyes one centimeter at a time because there's a lot of wickedness, man. Okay, so with that, Lord's will, on to the next. Shalom.